everyone, welcome back to my videos. This is a bit of a last minute video, so I apologise if it seems a bit all over the place. So I thought I'd give you a quick update on how we're doing and also explain the little problem we have with Aidan's eyes at the moment. And I'm going to have a little extension video onto this one at the end, just to let you know how we're dealing with it. So as I mentioned earlier, we have a little bit of an issue with his eye, and I'll just put up a photo very quickly of a close-up of his eyes, just so you can see what we're dealing with. But as you can see, he's got a sort of red rash that is sort of coming from the corner of his eye, stemming down, and then a little bit on his eyelid as well. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't seem to be bothering him too much. He does rub his eye from time to time, but you never know whether that's because of eye irritation or whether it's because of he's tired. But I thought I'd mention it because I thought I'd share it with you, so in case anyone else is going through similar issues with their little ones. But we've ruled out the big eye things. So conjunctivitis was the obvious one, but he's not getting a sticky eye. There's no discharge with it as far as we can see, or as far as we can tell. It's not pink eye because the actual eyeball itself isn't pink or red or inflamed or anything like that. As I said, he doesn't seem too bothered about it. My top thing at the beginning was allergies, and I thought he might be allergic to something, because sometimes that can make your eyes quite inflamed if there's an allergen that he's been affected by. And this is going back to whether I thought he might have had a dairy allergy, but I don't think it is that, because I was off dairy for a couple of weeks a few weeks ago, and it didn't make any difference at all, because I thought that might be aggravating his tummy and causing a bit of reflux, and it made no difference to his eye then. So this has been going on for about a month, on and off. It would get better and then it would suddenly get worse, and I spoke to the health visitor about it last week, and she said that it could be a blocked tear duct in the eye. So and it's happening to both eyes, and it tends to, one would be worse and then go down, and the other one will flare up and then go down, and there's some days you wouldn't tell there's an issue at all. So she's explained to me that the best way of dealing with this would be massage, and to gently massage the area, and I've posted a little video on the end of this video just to say how we're going to do that. And then she still suggested to go to the GP and take a swab of the eye, just to make sure it's not an infection of any kind. You can get conjunctivitis that's both viral and bacterial, so there's two different types, so it's better to know which one it is if it is conjunctivitis. So we're going to see the doctor anyway, just to make sure, but it looks like from my research that it is a blocked tear duct, which apparently is very common. So, and it doesn't really hurt them anyway, really. I think the risk is that if it doesn't clear up, then it could get infected, because obviously any kind of liquid that gathers around the eye can then congeal and therefore get worse and then get infected. So we are still going to see the doctor about it, just in case, but otherwise I thought I'd just give you a quick update on what we're dealing with. Hi everyone, so this is Aidan. Aidan is 15 weeks old, and I don't know if the camera can pick it up very well, but you can see some red dots around his eye, which I believe are blocked tear ducts. So what I'm going to show you today is a simple way of massaging it, and we've been doing this a few times a day, and it seems to be getting better. So first of all, you have to have nice clean hands and make sure your fingernails are nice and short so you don't end up scratching baby. And then what you do, hello Poppet, hello, is you apply light pressure to the inside of the eye, like that. You might try and eat your finger, just don't do that. And then what you do is you just gently sweep along the cheekbone like that, just like that. And we've been doing this a few times a day, and this seems to be working. It seems to be getting better, but otherwise we are also making a doctor's appointment just to make sure that it isn't anything bacterial that we need some antibiotic ointment for, but hopefully this should be working, and just a little light pressure on the inside of the eye. Yeah. Is that good, Poppet? I hope you found this useful. Please don't forget to leave a comment and hit the subscribe button to get all the updates on Aidan and how he's doing growing up. We'll see you next time.